Hi and welcome to this Steady Hatha video. Take it easy and go at your own speed, always listening to your body, and if there's any pain in a pose, just come out of it. There's no need to push yourself and stay in something that's uncomfortable. Listen to the instructions as much as you can. All right, so we're going to begin in extended child's pose and sinking the hips down onto the heels. You can also take your heels further apart if that's comfortable for you. Extend the hands in front of you on the mat and press the hands into the mat. And just settle into your breath here, observing it flowing deeply into the lungs here. And letting the body come to rest. Press the fingertips into the mat, lifting the heel of the hand and the forearms away from the ground. You'll feel your shoulders activate, a little bit of energy in the upper back. And now inhale, bring the torso up and come into table. We'll take cat-cow on an inhale, drop your tummy, look forwards. On an exhale, round and push away from the mat. Moving with your breath, inhale, drop the tummy, gazing forwards. On your exhale, slowly round and find a way to loosen up your spine here, just with your breath and these simple movements. Listening to your spine and come to neutral. Inhale, extend the right leg away behind you, toes point to the ground, and you can add your left arm if you like, or you can leave it down on the mat. Stretching here through the back of the heel, and then bring that left hand down and taking the foot off to the left side of the mat and placing the ball of the foot on the ground, and take a look at it over your left shoulder. And keep your breath flowing nice and steady. Bring that leg back through center and exhale, draw the knee to nose, having a little curve in the back there, and then put the knee down back where it was. We'll switch sides, extend your left leg away from you, and you can add your right hand if you like. Find some length through the spine here and space. And then bring that right hand back to the mat if it was lifted, and take the foot to the right side of the mat and place the ball of the foot down on the ground, and taking a look at it, you're finding that stretch through the hip, through the side body. And gently bring that leg back through to center. And on an exhale, draw the knee slowly towards the nose. A little crunch. And then replace the knee. Tuck your toes. And if it's comfortable, coming to sit on them for lightning bolt. If not, just sit on a block. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer position. Inhale, take the face up to the sky, stretching the front of the neck. You don't have to go deeply into this one. And bring the head back through neutral. And on an exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. It doesn't have to touch or reach. Just finding that stretch through the upper shoulders, back of the neck. Inhale the head up to neutral. And then taking the hands back to the mat in table. We're going to press into the hands, lift the knees away from the mat, hovering a couple of inches above there, using your tummy strength, your thigh strength. Keep your breath flowing. It might pause as you hold on to things. Just keep it moving. Exhale, release it, untuck your toes, take the hands a good handprint in front, And we'll sink the hips off to the left side and down over the heels and come up onto the right side, moving in big circles. You can move as slow or as smoothly or as fast as you like. I think I'm moving quite quick here, but just take your time. You don't have to move quickly. This is about your hips and how your lower back's feeling, how the side of your hips are feeling, outer thigh. And if this doesn't work for your knees, don't do it. And come back and sit on your heels, this time with untucked toes. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, take the arms to a T and turn to your left, using your tummy muscles, your core. You'll notice that the right knee will inch forward in front of the left one. Try and draw it back so that the hips aren't moving, but you're moving from above the hips. The tummy's doing the work for you. Inhale, come up through center, reaching tall. Exhale, twist to the right. And again, those knees will come out of alignment. So just be conscious of how they're moving and how your hips want to move with the upper body. And try and resist that movement. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, hands to the knees. And then crossing the feet, if that's comfortable too, coming back and sitting with crossed legs. And we'll take some circles here. On an inhale, you want to send the chest forwards. Exhale, send it back, and you do it in a big circle. So come over onto the right knee. Inhale, I'm going to push the chest forwards, moving in big circles. Start coming through on the right side, and then exhaling round back. It's quite an organic movement, so just go with how it flows. You don't have to do it as much as I'm doing it, or you can do it more. And now moving in the opposite direction. You can feel a bit wibbly wobbly when you do it. I mean, I'm wobbling backwards every time, but that's kind of natural. Just bringing some movement into the spine. Inhale, open the chest and push it forwards. Exhale, round, holding on to the knees. Inhale, sitting up and pushing the chest forwards. Exhale to round and curve inwards. Third one, inhale, pushing the chest forwards. It's a bit like cat-cow. Exhale, round. And then back to a neutral spine. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, right hand down, and left arm stays up and reaches over for a side bend here. Just finding your side bend, stretching the left side of the body. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, right hand down. Left hand down, right hand reaches up and over. Finding the stretch from the hip to the shoulder. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to the mat. And reach the arms far away in front of you. And just see how low you want to send your torso down towards the ground. Release the head and use a block if it's far away from the ground. And if you're nowhere near the ground, don't worry. Try and open the front of the chest if you're sat up quite high, and keep a long spine rather than rounding the shoulders. And just find your stretch in your lower back through to the hips. Coming on up, untangle your legs, coming into table, then take the hands a good handprint in front and come up into downward dog. Take your time, moving the weight from one side to the other. Any movement that you need to do to sort of soothe the legs into the stretch, just do it. Keep the breath moving nice and steady. Steady inhales and steady exhales. On an inhale, come through for plank. Knees can be down or up. Looking to the mat. Thinking long spine. Exhale, lower your knees and then all the way. Untuck your toes. Inhale for a low cobra. Staying quite snug down to the ground. Try and come up onto your fingertips if that's comfortable. The shoulder blades move towards one another and the elbows lift towards the sky. And release your pose. And taking your right arm in front, lying it on the ground, and make your body as straight as you possibly can make it. Putting the left fingertips onto the mat. On an inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky from the hips. So you're engaging the whole muscles in the left leg. If you feel steady, remove the left hand from the mat and move it to your hip. If you feel steady there, lift the left arm up to the sky. The trick is here to flex the foot of the grounded leg. Use the outer edge of the right foot to stabilize your body. You'll feel your body working the balance out. You feel your core working here quite a lot. Release the leg, release the arm. And now bend the right leg so you've got more stability, and take your left leg behind you, holding on to the left foot, stretching the quad. This is sort of like a lazy flamingo pose, but you're just working on your stretch through your hip, through the quads, wherever you find it. And keep your breath flowing. Most importantly, no holding it, no retention. And release the leg. And now draw the knee towards the head, and turning, placing it on the ground, turn the torso back to face the ground. Tummy is on the mat. And now inhale the upper body into Sphinx pose. The elbows come onto the mat, forearms are on the mat. Elbows are parked under your shoulders. So this is half frog, Sphinx pose. So just, as long as it's comfortable here, you may find that you're feeling the stretch through the tummy. And over time, that hip will lower and get closer and closer to the mat. Maybe both hip points reach the mat for you. If you have a solid Bakasana frog pose already, this might not feel like anything. I know for me there's always a few inches between the hip bone and the ground. Coming back to lie on your front, bring your legs back through neutral, and then rolling over onto your left side. Left arm presses in, press your palm in, keep your body nice and straight, so no curves, no banana shapes. Inhale, the right leg lifts up. Flex both feet so the ankles are active. And if you are steady, raise the top arm up also. Reach it to the sky and let the body figure out the balance here. You may find that you roll backwards, roll forwards. It's a mixture of balancing here. It's a funny balance. Just let the body get used to it. Strong and engaged legs. And release the top arm down. Bend the left leg so you've got more stability, and bend the right knee and take the foot behind. Holding on to the foot and finding your stretch through your quad on the right side. Maybe you feel it in the hip. If you want to push the foot into the hand, you can do. Just finding your stretch here. And release the foot. Draw the knee forwards towards the front of the body, and then placing it on the ground for half frog Sphinx pose. Turning the torso back into the mat. Level it up and put the hands onto the mat, elbows on the mat for Sphinx. Just have a glance at your forearms and your elbows and make sure they're level. So try and level up the upper body. If you can take this deeper, you're welcome to put the hands, a bit more pressure in the hands, and lift up into a higher cobra. If you are into your back bends, that may be available to you. If not, stay where you are. And if this is uncomfortable, you can also come down and not do the Sphinx part. Releasing, take the body down and bring the legs back together. And then peel yourself up off the mat onto table. Inhale, right leg reaches away. Add the left arm in front. Find your balance here, and now bend the right knee. Take the left arm behind you. Maybe it reaches for the foot and grabs it. Maybe it gets it. If you've got a hold of your foot, push the foot into the hand to stretch. Using that force helps you balance. If they haven't met through the air, don't worry, just keep reaching. Inhale, extend the limbs away. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, and then we're going to cross it over and we're going to sit back into Gormukhasana. If that transition didn't work for you, take your time to sort your legs out and come and sit between them. If you're familiar with Gormukhasana, you will know how to go with that one. If not, hit pause, watch it again, and see how to come sit back down. Sit up tall through the spine, and then we will add the arms. If this is already intense, you can stay just with the legs. You don't need to add the arms. Inhale, the right arm up and twisting the shoulder, bringing the right hand towards the upper back. Extend the left arm away and bringing that hand to meet the right hand in the middle part of your back. Perhaps they don't meet. Don't worry if they don't. If this is uncomfortable, don't do it. Otherwise, reaching up with the right elbow towards the sky, keep the arm away from your head so that you've got some space between the limbs and your ear and your shoulders. Remain sitting up tall and focus in on your breath here and how you feel this pose through the body. Release the arms. And then slowly walking the hands forwards, putting some weight into them, uncross the legs. Back into table. Inhale, left leg reaches away, right hand reaches in front, bending left knee, perhaps finding the foot with the hand, stretching into the hand, strengthening and stretching the quads, the leg. Steady breathing, gently release the foot. And now slowly bringing that knee forwards. Perhaps you've got the space to send that foot over the other thigh and then making space between the legs to come and sit down. Take your time on that one. Inhale, left arm is the one that reaches up to the sky. Right arm goes behind and perhaps they meet. If not, you can use a strap here. They can also just point towards one another. They don't have to touch and you don't have to use a strap. You don't have to do the arms at all. You can just stay with the leg part of Gormukhasana. Sitting up tall wherever you are and focusing in on your breath. Slowly releasing the arms and bringing them to the mat, pressing your hands in and coming forwards, uncrossing the legs and coming to sit on the heels if that's comfortable, otherwise use a block. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, right hand down towards the ground. Take a side bend here and slowly push the hand into the ground. Left arm bends at the elbow and the hand comes to the upper back, turning the head to look beyond the left tricep. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, left hand down to the ground. Doing your side bend here and bending the right elbow and taking the hand towards the upper back. Turning the head to the right if it's comfortable to do so. Finding your bend here through the ribs, to active shoulders. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, hands back to the mat. And coming back into table, tuck the toes. And slowly lowering to our elbows, interlacing the fingers behind the head, leaving the right elbow on the mat. We're going to twist to our left, lifting the left elbow up towards the sky. If this twist is too intense, come down and place the hands on the mat so you're a bit higher, and still placing the hand on the back of the head. Switching sides, bring the left elbow down and place it on the mat. Twisting to the right, lift the right elbow up towards the sky. Finding your twist here through the spine. And then bring the right elbow down. Release your hands and bring them in front of you. Interlace the fingers and walk the feet back. And we'll take dolphin plank, putting the weight into the forearms. Strong core, strong spine. And imagine a very long back, nice long body. Only hold for as long as you want to hold. You can come down at any point. You can also do this with the knees down. Just listen to your body. And lower the knees, lower the tummy, and lower the torso to the ground. And relax the body, relax the shoulders. It's nice to just relax after holding such a pose like that for a bit. Pressing the hands into the mat. We will lift the upper torso on an inhale, come up for a high cobra. Leaving the pelvis on the mat, opening the front of the chest as if the shoulders are going to come back towards one another. Let the breath keep flowing. No holding, no retention. Slowly lower your body down towards the mat. And take the left arm out, extend it onto the ground, and we'll take a scorpion twist here. Rolling onto your left side. The right knee bends and maybe it comes down to the ground behind the left leg. The pelvis is twisting up to the sky and the upper body is still facing down into the ground, so we get that twist through the spine here. That contrast. And slowly bring the torso back down to the ground. And set up on the other side, extend the right arm away from you, twisting onto your right side, bending left knee. Maybe the foot places on the ground behind your right hamstring or right knee, or even right calf. Coming back through center into prone shavasana, tuck your toes and bring yourself up to table, and then coming to sit. Extending the legs away from you, placing the soles of feet in onto the mat. We'll set up for boat pose, think long spine. And sitting back, balance yourself here. Knees are bent. Hands can be on the hamstrings. They don't have to be free. And slowly, maybe work on straightening those legs. You can keep them bent, or you can start to straighten the knees. If you're finding that comfortable and okay, try taking the hands behind the head. They're not pulling on the head, they're just resting. you'll find a way to balance, and then slowly lowering down, nice and slow, lots of control, and lowering the body onto the mat. Taking the arms up and overhead, interlace the fingers, turn the palms away from you and stretch through the whole body, stretching out the front of the body, from the feet to the hands. And then slowly releasing, gently release the hands and bring the arms to your side and set up for bridge pose. Bringing the soles of feet onto the mat, close towards the bum. Perhaps you can touch them with your fingertips. And on an inhale, lifting up. Keep your face looking up at the sky. You don't need to turn to look at anything. If you like, bridge walk your shoulder blades towards one another and interlace the fingers at the lower back area. Straight arms. If you're feeling steady, why not try and extend the left leg up to the sky today? As if you're going to put the sole of the foot on the ceiling. A solid base. Lots of strength. Release the left leg down. Reset your bridge if you sank a bit. And then bringing the right leg up. Sole of the foot goes towards the ceiling. And then releasing the right foot. And then releasing bridge all together. Soles of feet together for butterfly. And let's take the arms up and overhead. Interlace the thumbs. And put some energy into the hands as if you're going to pull the arms apart, but the thumbs obviously hold on, and you might find that stretch through the shoulders and through the ribs and the side body. Let your breath move nice and full. Release the arms down by the sides, bring the knees up. And we will cross the left leg over right and take a twist. Arms come to a T position and take the knees off towards the right hand side. If you want to add a little bit more, turn the head to look over the left shoulder. And let the breath move fully into the body. And relax your tummy. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, knees come up through center, uncross them and cross the right leg over left, and then gently take the knees off to the left hand side. And if it's comfortable on the neck and the shoulders, turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Bring the knees up through center, and now draw the knees towards the chest and give them a little squeeze, finding that compression through the hips. And then taking happy baby, holding on to the outside edges of the feet. Arms are on the inside of the thighs, and you can do what you like in happy baby. You can wiggle the knees, wiggle the hips, rock from side to side, whatever is needed. Listen to your body. And try and figure out what stretches the body needs. And slowly releasing happy baby and setting yourself up for Shavasana. Legs flop open. Feet flop to the sides, let the chest be open, shoulders are relaxed, and palms face up to the sky. And release your focus on your body and on your breath, and just find your Shavasana. And gently bring your focus back to your body and moving your toes and your fingers. And gently bend your knees and put the soles of the feet on the mat and turn the body to the right hand side. And slowly bring yourself up to sit. Thank you for taking your practice today to bring the hands together at heart center in prayer, and taking hands to forehead for clear and loving thoughts, mouth for clear and loving communication, and heart center to share this with all beings everywhere. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night. Thank you for joining me, and hope to see you at a class soon.